What's going on, everybody? Kyle Moriarty here, disc golf Brah athlete, Thought Space Athletics athlete, and newest sponsor, Disc Golf 978. Heyo! Today I'm bringing you a new disc golf Brahmas vlog. All right, so we're gonna head over to Buffumville Disc Golf Course, also known as the David Stidham Disc Golf Course. He was the original park manager there who got disc golf in. The new layout that is being played was designed by Joe Yaskis, Matt Heenan, and a few others. They did a phenomenal job. They made it one of the hardest courses out here in New England. So I'm gonna take you there. We're gonna work on breaking it down, what some of the hardest holes are, how to approach it. It's cold, it's windy. Bus really gonna show its teeth today. We'll see how we do. We're probably gonna have to layer up again. It's wintertime, folks.
Hole 1, Buffumville Dam, is one of the most challenging holes because normally in a tournament, you're trying to start right here. First hole of the round, difficult. It's about 640 feet to the basket, all the way up there. OB left side, OB right side. Demanding tee shot number 1, all right? So you're gonna get off clean, you're gonna stay in the middle. You can't work with any skip. If you're gonna be skipping, you have to play for the skip. So the safest shot, throwing the big hyzer out over the road, skipping off of the road, back in bounds. If you're not committing to the shot that goes over the road, you're probably skipping OB left, you're going to the drop zone, which is an extremely difficult par save. But you have some telephone poles to give you some good distance guides. The second telephone pole is about 400 feet off of the tee. If you can land around there, you should be able to get up and down for a possible birdie. Let's check it out. Over the road, off the skip, we're in bounds.
So this is your upshot. This is what you have to deal with. You can either try the nice big anhyzer or forehand out and around these guardian trees, or try to poke through some of these gaps here coming in. As you can see, it's the fall, so there's not a lot of leaves on the trees. But in the summertime, when full foliage is out, this gets very thick and it gets a lot harder to penetrate. Here we go. Welcome to hole 9 here at Buffumville. Buffumville Lake Dam, because here you go. There's your water. You have a 330-foot water clear to make safe land. 330 feet to make it safe. You can't make it that far, you're going straight to the drop zone. What makes this hole extremely difficult is here, the wind. You don't quite know exactly what the wind's doing out there. You have this wall of pine trees protecting you a little bit, unless the wind is really ripping. So you're really gonna get out, get to a nice clean landing zone. There's those trees out there that you can end up in some trouble if you're behind them, automatic 4 or even worse. So, difficult hole, extremely hard hole to get that 3 on. Let's see what we can do. Well, I threw it out of bounds, and here's your drop zone. You got to go from. Basket's up there, probably about 260, 270 from here. Got a nice chunk taken out of my disc from the rocks, but this right to left wind, you really got to trust something out pretty far over the water to swing it right back over to the basket, kind of tucked on the backside of those bushes. Kind of a little hard to see, but yeah, there she is. Wind here, folks. That's the name of the game. Wind is tough. So there's your view from the basket all the way back up to the tee pad way up there. Look at how exposed this basket is to the elements. I mean, come on. It's almost 270 degrees of exposure out here. So if you didn't think that this basket's exposed to wind, to the elements, you are out of your mind. This is one of the toughest greens to putt on. But man, it is gorgeous. Hole 15, look at this beast. 470 feet to the pin, all the way across. Now, what you cannot see is the canal that goes right through the middle of this fairway, these rocks that go all along this right side create an OB. So the left side is all of the area where you have to land. This is an extremely demanding hole, especially when you have wind. You can feel it up here, and if you look at the flag poles over here, you see those flags starting to whip. This left to right breeze is not going to be friendly for anybody trying to cross. It is downhill, so it doesn't play 470, but man, it is a full pump to get all the way there. I am laying up today. There we go. Is that perfect layup zone right here. You can see the basket across the way there. All these rocks are OB, and definitely in the future, look for anything to the left of these, I don't know, even tubes, things, dam things, and that's not swearing because this is a dam. These dam tubes, anything to the left of those to be OB, and possibly a tournament coming up here in the summertime. But yeah, so looking back at the tee, can't see it, blind, like we said, but you have all this OB here, and there's the basket. So the wind's still whipping, still have to make a very tough upshot here. Here we go. Here's the upshot. Here's my putt for 3. Yes, that is just a par. This hole is a par 3. Probably one of the hardest par 3s that you will find. You will see some massive numbers on this hole. Whew. Incredible shot, incredible view. Gotta love Buffumville. Hole 17, 390 feet. Yet another extremely difficult par 3. So we have this OB pond right here. All these rocks are OB. And we have these line of pine trees here dividing the fairway, or defining the fairway rather. And let's step out over onto these rocks a little bit just so you can kind of see the basket of where we need to get to. Basket is way down there, which is an extremely demanding tee shot. This pond goes all the way over in here, and there's an OB road that cuts along this left side of the fairway. This is an extremely difficult hole, especially with this wind coming in. There is a little short grassy area right down here, which you can kind of try to get to, but it is a very hard shot to get to. If you land OB, there's a drop zone down at the bottom here. I think one of the best plays is trying to put a little flex on an overstable disc, something that will land up in this area, up on the grass over in there. Whew. This is not going to be a fun shot today. Should be all right. There's where the drive landed. There's the basket. And just behind that basket to that right side is a nice severe drop off. I'll show you in a second, but man, that is a difficult pin to approach to if you are fading off to that right. Very demanding. There's a gully to the left side that if you fall into, you have a severely elevated putt and running that death putt. So you really got to go straight at this basket with confidence without going too far past. So here's your basket looking way back up to the tee pad, tucked behind all these pines, cannot see it. Here's this gully that runs through, causes a lot of difficult putts. And then look at this drop off here. Pretty steep, cuts down, OB road. Hi neighbors. Man, epic hole, just epic. Okay, buff is hard. I got buffed today. Wind was a real thing out there, and it makes disc golf pretty difficult. Good job, Mother Nature. You win again.